Welcome back. In this lesson, we're going to learn about designing an overlapping initial picture. So you can see that my initials, Mr. Lundgren here, are overlapped. I have the M on top, the L in the background, with a border around the side. So to get started, what you're going to need is you're going to take one piece of just random free drawing scrap paper, and you're going to make 3 designs. So draw a little square. This is called making a thumbnail sketch. You're just going to draw a square because we're going to work with a square, and you're going to make 3 designs. Number 1, you have to overlap both of your letters, so we are going to make sure we use overlapping. Okay? And second, we want to make sure that we have bubble or block letters. Alright, so starting with this, just in case you don't know how to do bubble letters, my trick that I like to use is I think of, let's take an A here. Okay, and then you draw your A and you trace around the outside edge, and then you trace around the inside, and then you use your eraser to erase that inside line. If you can do bubble letters or block letters on your own without tracing that, that's just fine with me. You know, here's a bubble letter because it's smooth around the edges. Alright, if you can do it like that, that's fine too. Whatever works for you. Inside of your squares, take 2 letters. I'm going to take an A and a K. Alright, and I'm just going to do some experimenting. I'm going to start here. I want my A to be the largest. So I'm going to take my A, there it is, and I want my K to be kind of off to the side like that. Alright, so then I have my A and my K, and I'm going to just trace around the outside edge. Notice that my A is going all the way out to the edge of my picture. It's not a little teeny A and a little teeny K like that. You want to fill the space. Alright, here's my K. Like that. So you've got the A and the K. Now that looks kind of confusing because right in here it got a little messy. Alright, so I'm going to try again. And this is why we are going to do 3, so you can come up with the one that you really like the best. So here's another one. I'm going to take my A, I'm going to squish it over a little bit to the side here. Then I'm going to take my K and I'm just going to overlap the edge like that. Alright, so here we go. Here's my starting of my A. I'm going to erase that inside piece so it's a little less confusing. And then I'm going to take my K. I'm actually going to start it a little bit over like that and take my K around like that, make it go all the way out to the edge yet again so that it fills the space. So make sure that you fill the space as well as use your overlapping. So there's an A and a K. Now I like that pretty well, but I'm going to change it a little bit more again. I'm going to keep the A because I like that A there, but I want the K to be a little bit more over to the side. I'm going to just start here because I want it to kind of fill all the way over to the edge. There. Now it's still overlapping, not as much as maybe I'd like, but between all of them, I kind of like this one the best. You can see the straight part of the K, whereas here it kind of gets lost, and this part's a little bit too overlapping, and it gets kind of confusing. So I'm going to put a little star next to that one, and say, raise my hand and say, Mr. Lundgren, I have my final example, and then I'll come over and OK it. Once you get your final example done, you're going to get your sheet that looks like this. I've already cut it up into a square. Please write your first and last name on the back. I'm going to put Mr. Lundgren. And then please write your teacher's section. So write your grade and then write your teacher. Okay, and then write your teacher there. Flip it over, and then you can use your folder or you can use a ruler to draw out the edge of your border. So I'm just going to use a ruler here. If you don't want to get up out of your seat and get a ruler, you can just use the edge of your folder. Alright. Notice how I have a nice straight line. And if you overlap, that's okay. One caution here is draw very lightly, so if you make a mistake, you can erase it. Alright, so there's my first beginning square, and then I'm going to put the A and the K inside of there. So here I'm going to start with my A. And finish my A over to there. And then finish the inside of it. Then I'm going to put my K right here. And bring it down here. Like that. So there I have my A and my K inside of that square. Once you're done with that, you're going to start oil pasteling. And I will show the oil pasteling or the other coloring medium in the next session.